I'm Sttowe here, and Fabled Saga's Kickstarter has been officially released a few days ago. I am late, as always, but doesn't matter. We're going to be going over everything you need to know about the Kickstarter, what is going to be on sale, what you can buy, what you can't buy, and whether or not you should jump off a bridge and... We have a lot to talk about, so let's just get right into this. The Kickstarter released on Tuesday, May 16th, 2023 at 11 a.m. EST. Within minutes, the goal was already surpassed by 440-something%. Just an insane number. And guess what the goal was? The goal was $75,000. Do you have $75,000? No, you don't. Well, guess who does? And who has more than that? Fabled Sagas. Anyways, as of right now, it is currently at $338,000, $666. So even Satan is supporting this TCG. With only 381 backers, if you do the math, you're roughly looking at $900 a person, which is absolutely ridiculous. The Kickstarter will run for 30 days ending on June 15th if I can do my math right. So that should give a good amount of time to get a tier or get whatever you want, figure out your money issues. Now this is the official first ever base set print of Fabled Sagas. The set list will be about 200 cards, including promos and decks. Originally, I was thinking the set list would be around 100 when I guessed. Apparently, I was wrong. It's about 200, which is pretty big. Usually, a Pokemon set is around 169 a set, as far as like cards. So it is pretty big. Usually, I guess with Trainer Gallery, it's around 200, I'd say. So it's closing in on an average set of Pokemon, which is pretty ridiculous. It's a big set list. A huge thing to take note is that there will not be a second printing or an additional wave of this base set. So whatever you get, this will be all you'll get. Then if you want more, you got to go on secondhand sites and, you know, hopefully find someone who's willing to sell you something at a reasonable price, because I imagine after this, prices will skyrocket. It will be hard to get secondary products, as I bet you everybody and their mother will be scalping this. This is not to scare anybody or be like, oh, I gotta buy. It's just the sad reality of how, you know, games are. You know, once things come out, once they're not available to get anymore, prices just soar. People just want to sell for more money. And I mean, hey, it's just how things are. So, you know, I'm not saying, you know, don't don't spend all your money. But if you're like on the fence, maybe get a few things, you know, maybe, you know, don't fully just throw your house on the line for this. But, you know, it will probably be a bit hard to get some of this stuff on the secondary market. But usually Fabled Sagas is very good with giveaways and giving out stuff. So, you know, you can always win things there. Besides that, when are we going to get the products? Well, fulfillment is aimed for Q1 of 2024. So yes, next year. Usually that's kind of normal for Kickstarters, at least for TCGs that I have been a part of. Usually it takes around a year, probably like half a year really, for it to come out. So expecting it in January, February of next year is probably legit. Like, that's just how things go. I don't know what to say about that, but you know, it's a projection, unfortunately, so it's not guaranteed. It could be out sooner, which is not most likely not going to happen. Most likely it might be later. Luckily, if it's on, you know, the time scale of Q1, then perfect. But you know, as far as things go, it could always be pushed back, so you just have to be aware of that. And sadly, with the release of the Kickstarter, the Patreon, where you can buy all your alt cards, your color cards, your waifu cards, your 1 out of 15 Mega Millions cards will be coming to an end come June, July. With the Patreon coming to an end and fulfillment not happening until 2024, it will be interesting to see how Fabled Sagas continues to, be active and keep the fan base happy. They've been implementing trivia night and some fun giveaways and things like that. The Discord has been completely overhauled to, I guess, allow more events and things like that. But besides that, it will be kind of interesting to see what they do, because that's months, like literally months. You have July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months, half a year with nothing. No cards being released. I mean, maybe they'll release some stuff, but like 6 months of just no release until hopefully we get the product. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, because, all that time, I've seen TCGs where they just, they'll put stuff out, and then right after the Kickstarter comes out or everyone buys it, they're just dead silent. And then it just loses all the momentum of the Kickstarter and everything, and it basically kills the TCG. I've seen it before, so hopefully this won't happen. I don't think it will, because they are very good at doing events and things like that, but it will be interesting to see what they do going forward. So with all that out of the way, let's get into all the products being released, with the prices, the tiers, and then of course the rewards for the goals. So first, let's just talk about the items that you can get as an add-on. Now, this is something you should note, that you can't buy these products individually. You can only get these as add-ons for tiers. So basically, you have to buy the tier, and then you can get anything individually added on to it. So kind of stinks. You have to get a tier, but the tiers will correlate with some items. So if you buy this tier, you won't have to get these certain individual items. So the first product, and probably the most popular and most sought after product, is the booster box. With an MSRP of $80, this product has a 6,500 booster box population. Each of these boxes come with 24 packs, 10 cards a pack. Now, pull rate and what you can expect is about 6 Mystics and 2 Parables a booster box, with the chance of pulling a script. That's basically 8 hits a booster box. If it has 24 packs, that means about 16 packs are going to be misses, which unfortunately is kind of rough, but I mean, Pokemon's the same way, a lot of misses. It will be interesting to open up a booster box, see, what the hits are like, what the misses are like. Biggest thing will probably be if packs can be weighed, because of course holo foiling tends to weigh more than non-foiling. So we shall see about that. But again, nothing too crazy. Was kind of hoping for, maybe a script a box, but, maybe a script every 2, 3, maybe even 4 boxes isn't too bad, I guess. Again, scripts are the hunt, supposedly, and I really think there needs to be more rarities, which they will include eventually. So it is, base set. It's the first set, so it will be interesting to see what happens. Some people were kind of iffy on, whether these booster boxes were too expensive. If you look at Weiss, you have $70 booster boxes, 60, 70 bucks. And usually those come with 20 packs. So here you get 4 more, 10 bucks cheaper. Still, I mean, pack to thing ratio is better. So, that's fine. Pokemon, your booster box costs around $129.99 MSRP, but usually you can find those for $109, and with that you get 36 packs. So same thing, I feel like it's a good price, the booster boxes. They're not bad. 80 bucks. It is kind of, it's a brand new TCG charging full TCG pricing that these other well-known brands would basically charge. You could say, well, what do they have the right? That's up to them. I think the game speaks for itself. The cards speak for themselves. The art speaks for itself. So I think, honestly, 80 bucks a booster box isn't a bad price. Next up, we have the blister pack, which costs $5. and again, 10 cards a pack. Nothing too fancy there. There'll be 3 blister pack artworks, so it's basically your average pack of Pokemon cards, I guess. $4.50, $4.99, round that up to $5, I guess. So not too bad. Then you have the Vagabond sleeves, which have a count of 70. I don't really know how much sleeves go for. Usually, if I remember, they're kind of on the cheaper end. So these sleeves are kind of expensive. You're looking at $12 for these Vagabond sleeves. You get a count of 70, which if I would think, usually decks are of 60, so you get 10 more sleeves than normal. I could be wrong. I don't really buy sleeves. I just buy penny sleeves, which cost me $5. So, you have penny sleeves, which are worth $5, and then you have these Vagabond sleeves, which are 12. It's pretty pricey. I mean, you do get some cool artwork, which maybe is, what might convince you to get it, but besides that, there's also the Grand Sakura sleeves. I just butchered the shit out of that. And that one is about $15. And that one, has this weird, nice bordering, I believe. I think that's the bordering sleeves. And that actually looks really cool because it's like a see-through penny sleeve with this really cool border design. Pretty dope, but for $15, to me, that's a bit pricey, and I personally would pass on the sleeves. Next up, you have the manga volume 1, which basically has some lore of the card game. That's going to run you about $25, and it does come with a False Ashes Chibi promo. Pretty cool. I'm getting it just for the promo. The book is like a cool incentive, especially if you want to get into the lore. Is the lore a lot really cool and stuff? I have no idea because I haven't really gotten too much into the lore. I'm more of a collector type of thing, so I'm personally getting it just to have the card. If the lore is great, and it's a manga, so I'm assuming, it's a manga. It might be an interesting read. Who knows? Next up, you have the Fabled Saga's dad hat for $25. Honestly, this was something I did want to kind of buy. It would be something I could wear for my YouTube videos when I talk about Fabled Sagas. But for $25 and the amount of money I was spending already on the tier, I figured that I need to penny pinch at some places, and unfortunately the hat was where I needed to penny pinch. I couldn't pay $25 for a hat. $20 is normal for a hat, so it's not like it's overpriced by any means. But the amount of booster boxes, the prices of the tiers that we'll get to in a minute, it was a lot, and I just didn't think I could really afford the hat. Next up, you have the Vagabond playmat. You have the zone version and the zoneless version. That one goes for $30. I really don't know too much about playmats. Looking at it, it's a bit pricey. I do think it comes with some promo cards. I'm not too sure as to what, but it is a bit pricey just for a playmat. Besides that, you have the Umbra 9 Pocket Zip Binder. So a Fabled Sagas binder for $35. All right, not bad. I mean, I don't really know. Usually binders are around $20-$30, so it's a pretty fair price. And it's a Fabled Saga brand one, so that's pretty cool, nevertheless. Then you have the Celeste and Talos LL Series SST. Geez, that was long. For $40. So it's a t-shirt, you get a promo card, I think maybe 2. I'm not too sure, but for $40 you get a really cool t-shirt and promo. They've been doing this before on their website with different characters, and this one, same thing, pretty cool. And lastly, you have the Initiator deck bundle for $40. Basically, each of these decks, there's only 2, are $20 a deck. But oddly enough, you can't buy just one. You have to buy both of them. So if you just wanted one of the decks individually, you can't get it. You have to get both, which is a little bit unfortunate. I wish it was just an option where you could just buy one or the other. But I'm assuming they really want the playability. So if you're going to buy one, they're assuming, well, you can't play it with just one deck, so you need the other to, you know, play against somebody or something. I'm not too sure, but it is kind of a little upsetting that you can't get it individually. You have to get both. So that $20 deck is now $40 for the 2 decks. They do come with some parables, I believe, and mystics, so there are some hollows in it, which makes it a little bit better as far as the price goes. But, you know, again, $20 for a deck is a bit rough. There are some cards that you can only get in this deck and not in the booster boxes and main set, which does make it a bit more desirable, I will say. So, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to get it because I want to get one of each. So, you know, one thing is the add-ons are limited per tier. So, you know, whatever tier you buy, you can only get a certain amount of whatever, you know, items you want. So basically, if you just want to buy the cheapest tier and then get all these different add-ons to, you know, however many you want, you know, you can do that. You just can't buy 1.2 million booster boxes. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I know you're crying and you want these booster boxes, but it's not going to happen. You know, I think the most you can get is maybe 4 as an add-on. I'm not too sure, but they do restrict some of the add-ons so that you can't just buy a million of them and then, you know, make love with your booster boxes. I'm sorry. So currently there are 8 tiers that you can choose from, 2 of which are LGS only, so you can only get them if you have proof that you own an LGS. Now, I will say some of these tiers are limited, so be careful. Some of them are already sold out and you cannot get them. Sorry to disappoint. But I will say some of them are pretty pricey. More pricey than your average Kickstarter. At least that's what some people say. Starting off with the first tier, which is Apprentice tier. This tier will cost you $50 and you get both the play decks and 2 blister packs. So basically enough to play the game and, you know, have fun, open a pack or 2 and see what you can pull. It seems to be unlimited, so there is no limit to this tier as of right now. So currently anybody can get this and then anybody can add on and do add-ons to this. $50, you know, it is pricey. If you're looking to get this tier and then add a booster box, you're already talking over $100 spent already. Booster boxes being $80. I mean, I guess one booster box, you're already kind of at 100 anyways. So, you know, with this, it's not bad if you just want to get your feet wet. You know, buy this tier for 50, buy a booster box with it, and then bam, you're looking at like $130 and then shipping. So not like too crazy, but, you know, if you were just looking to spend like 50, $60, you know, $20 here or there, that's not going to happen. Sorry to tell you. Next up, we have the Devote tier, which goes for $130. What you get in this is 1 booster box, both the play decks, 2 blister packs, and sleeves. There are 247 of these left. Not a bad tier. You do get your booster box, you get your main stuff, and that's what I was saying. You know, the booster box, the play stuff, the blisters, $130. That's, you know, how much it'll cost you. So it's not a bad tier. And then they throw in the sleeves, you know, which are nice because the sleeves are kind of expensive. So not too bad. The one tier that I bought is the third, the Unwavering, which goes for $310. There are 113 of these left. You get 3 booster boxes, both play decks, 6 booster packs, a playmat, and sleeves. This is the tier that I bought, and then I added a booster box or 2 onto it with a bunch of blister packs. And, you know, 4 booster boxes is pretty nice. I think I can settle with 4 booster boxes. Gives me basically 2 to open, 2 to hold on to maybe, you know, and then a bunch of blister packs, which could be cool to open. I get the decks. I think the third tier, this tier, is the best tier to buy. You know, but again, I am someone who I'm interested in the game. I want to get into it. I am willing to put some money into it. So that's why I chose this one. Your next and 4th tier is the Majestic. This one is where it starts jumping like double fold, like wild. Basically, this tier, you get 6 booster boxes, 2 play decks of each. You get 12 booster packs, the manga, the playmat, the hat, the sleeves, both sleeves actually, an additional team up promo, which we'll talk about later. And this one currently goes for $620. So you're basically timesing the last tier by 2. And there's only 53 of these left. So still a good amount to get, but you're looking at $500. Pretty expensive. The 5th tier is the exquisite tier, which you're breaking 1,000, baby. You're at $1,220 for this tier. Comes with 12 booster boxes, 3 times the play decks, 24 booster packs, a manga, a binder, 2 playmats, a shirt, a hat, both sleeves, additional team up promo, and a canvas draft variant promo with a signature. Jesus, it's a lot of stuff. Believe me, these tiers are gonna add more and more. I'm gonna have to talk faster, but it is a mouthful. You get a lot of stuff with this tier, and that's why it's over $1,000. And there's only 9 of these left, so a lot of people are buying them. Now, unfortunately, these final 3 tiers are all gone. So guess what? You're not getting these, sadly, unless someone can't afford it, because they're expensive. So hopefully someone can afford it if you want this. The 6th tier is the colossal tier, and they're not joking. This is colossal. It costs $2,100 for this tier. You get 24 booster boxes times 3 of the play decks, 48 booster packs, manga, a binder, 2 playmats, a shirt, a hat, both sleeves, additional team up promo, a canvas draft variant promo with the SIG. Basically, you just get more booster boxes, more packs, etc. The next one is the Arch tier. $3,200 is how much you're going to be paying for this one. Well, actually, it's how much you're not going to be paying for this one, because it's already taken. So sorry you, sorry me. Anyways, you get 36 booster boxes, 3 times 3 play decks, 72 booster packs, a manga, 2 binders, 2 playmats, because 1 binder isn't enough, you need 2, and 2 playmats, obviously. A shirt, a hat, both sleeves, 2 more team up promos, because why not? And then you get the canvas draft variant promo with the hard SIG. Also, you get an uncut printing sheet, full foil. My lord, this is beautiful. I will talk about that later. Basically, I will talk about all these weird promos later. Anyways, the final enormous tier, which you're just going to drop your jaw when you find out how much this one costs. The Elysium. Elysium, I don't even know what it is. Ethereum, Elden Ring, Obsidian tier goes for about $6,120. We do not mess around. This one, you get 72 booster boxes, 6 times the play decks, 144 booster packs, a singular manga, 2 binders, 2 playmats, shirt, hat, times 4 the sleeves, 2 more team up promos, a canvas draft variant promo with the SIG, an uncut printing sheet full foil, and a 1-of-1 custom sketch card with the SIG, and you get to create your own alt art card. If I didn't make this clear for the 1,000,000th time, you cannot get these. So sorry, I don't even know why I put them in my video, just to figure out, let you know what you missed out. Because I'm a jerk. $6,000 for that, $3,000 for the other, $2,000 for the other. I mean, that's just ridiculous pricing. Oh God, imagine having that much money to just. Damn. What are you going to do with 72 booster boxes? What are you going to do with 2 binders? What are you going to do with 2 playmats? What are you going to do with a singular manga? Anyways, let's get into the few promos that I just talked about. You have the additional team up promo. The team up promo is a really cool design. It's a team up, kind of like Pokemon team up, except with 2 characters, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. 2 gorgeous girls next to each other, pink and rainbow flowers, blah blah blah. gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous card. And guess what? This comes with every tier except the first tier. If you buy the first tier, you are a loser. Just kidding. I do think it actually comes with every tier. I think they might have changed it. Originally, it came for every tier but the first one, and I think they changed it. I don't know. If you really want to find out, go in the Discord and ask yourself. I am not your... Next up, you have the Canvas Draft variant promo with the SIG. What is this? This is a Canvas card. If you don't know what Canvas is, I don't either, so it don't matter. But basically, this is a draft card, so this is like the sketch version of a card with the hard SIG, meaning that they are physically signing this. It's not like a printed signature. They are physically signing this, which is absolutely gorgeous. If you have the indigo one, just give it to me, please. I don't know what I'll do for you, but you know, it's indigo. You don't like indigo. I liked indigo, but it is such a cool card, and you have to spend $1,000 or up to get it. So pretty pricey. And then you have the uncut printing sheet. I don't know if they have any pictures. If they do, I'll be showing it right now. It's basically just a full sheet of maybe 20 cards or so, 16 cards, 24, 32, bunch of foils. And they are really gorgeous. You basically get, I think it is just all foils, so you basically get every hit in an uncut sheet. That's pretty crazy. Not every hit, but you get a lot of hits. And then finally you get, well, you don't get, sadly, but it's the final one, the Create an Alt Art card. I think the limit was 5 people for this tier, maybe. I could be wrong. So basically 5 lucky people will get to make their own alt card. Pretty cool. There are limitations to it, so you can't be a creep. You can't ask for really weird stuff, you know, so don't be a weirdo. Don't be a creep. If you're spending $6,000 on this tier, you're probably already a creep. I just don't got money, so I gotta make fun of you somehow, right? Anyways, that's all the weird promos that you kind of get in the tiers, but next we're gonna go with the stuff you get with the goals. So Kickstarter, Fabled Sagas, they did a thing which every goal that you reach, they'll add something new, something crazy to a product, maybe a promo or something, and we're going to discuss it right now. So every tier already comes with 2 promos. The first one being a Team Up Undying Wish Iria's Forgiveness promo. I probably butchered that name, which I've butchered a million times. The next reward came before the Kickstarter. It was the 500 bookmarks on the Kickstarter page before it went live. And guess what? We did it, baby. Originally, it was supposed to be the Jace card that you got with this. It was supposed to be a canvas version, but instead they changed it to the Raiko Lady of Jade Mist promo, which I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's pretty cool. You know, I do like Raikou better, and I guess the waifus are beating the husbandos, however you say that word. I don't like saying that word, but basically Raiko just outright slapped the shit out of Jace, and yeah, we got that card instead. The next goal was at $100,000. If the Patreon reached, not the Patreon, if the Kickstarter reached that height, 2 promos will be added to every playmat. An additional promo will be added to the manga in the form of Talos, the little dragon. And then relic redemptions will be randomly put into different products, which can be used to redeem unique framed series of test prints not generally available to the public. That sounds pretty cool. Don't know what that is. It might be those types of sketch cards. I have no idea, but it sounds pretty cool. Next up is the $125,000 goal. If it reaches this, community votes for the next Team Up promo, and then that will be added to every tier. There will be chase scripts that will be randomly inserted and seeded into the play decks. So now those play decks that are $20, which are really $40 because you get both, they might have a SIG. That's pretty freaking rad. Then you got the $150,000 goal. At this point, you get 1 foil orb pack for each booster box you get. And then each of these orb packs could contain a 1 of 10 chase card, which will be foiled and textured which is pretty cool. I guess the orbs are like a form of energy maybe to do things. I don't really know how the game is played, but it is pretty interesting, and it gets added to every booster box. So if I got 4, I get 4 of these packs. That's pretty dope. If it gets to $175,000, a foil token pack will be added to every booster box. So now you get an additional 4 of these packs with your booster box, and a possible 1 of 5 foil texture token card. God packs. God packs. God packs. At $200,000, God packs will be randomly seated inside booster boxes and blister packs where every card is a foil. That is disgusting. That means all 10 cards are a foil. What exactly will these foils be? I don't know. If it's just going to be all mystics, if there's going to be some parables, if there's even going to be some scripts. It's a God pack, so who knows? It can have everything. Just crazy. God packs. That's going to be nuts, which will kind of raise a really big question when it comes to the secondary market, whether these packs can be weighed, because God packs will all have foils. So you have a God pack that has all foils, and then you have a regular pack that has no foils. Say it's a miss, right? Those are going to be 2 differently weighed packs. This one's going to be heavier than this one. So, I would be a little careful if you're buying on the secondary market that, these packs can't be weighed. I'm assuming they're probably going to be weighable. So just have a heads up with that one. At $250,000, an exclusive clear-cut promo pack, which is basically a 9-card mini-series, 1 card a pack, will be added to every Devout tier and up. And you basically get 2 packs that they're going to add for every Devout tier and up. So basically, if you have the first cheapest tier, you're not getting this. So suck it. Just kidding. I'm not kidding. Unfortunately, you will not get this unless they somehow change it. At $300,000, a art and lore book with promo will become an add-on if the goal is met, which is pretty cool. You get an art lore book. I believe it is hardcover, and you get a promo card. Pretty dope. And that's at $300,000. But guess what? All these goals have been met because currently we already surpassed the $300,000 threshold within minutes of the TCG releasing on Kickstarter. And if these goals weren't enough, here are some social media goals that they're still going to add to the Kickstarter, which I will not name because I am lazy and I don't want to read any more. But that is it, guys. That is everything that you need to know, that I know of the Kickstarter for Fabled Sagas. This took me a long time. This took me like 8 hours. Well, okay. It took me like 4 hours to write all this, and then like an additional hour or 2 to just say all this, because like my speech is really bad. And then it's going to take me like another 4 hours to edit this. This is a long video, probably going to be the longest video I've ever put on the channel, just because of how much stuff there is to talk about and just how much stuff related to this Kickstarter there is. It's wild. A lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. I'm really excited for this. If I forgot anything, please harass me in the comments. Tell me I'm a loser. you know, tell me I'm poor. I don't care. I don't know. But basically, this is going to be an interesting, very interesting Kickstarter. I'm really excited for it. And, you know, I will be honest, you know, this is something, it costs a lot of money to get into. And if you don't feel comfortable, then obviously don't get into it. I will say that Fabled Sagas is a great community and the Discord is really nice. But, you know, with every Kickstarter project, there are some risks that come with it. You know, again, the rewards are not guaranteed, and there have been some shady people in the past that have just taken the money and left. And everybody who put money in the Kickstarter to get stuff didn't get jack, and the guy just ran off with their money. I've been in a Kickstarter like that with Maelstrom, and thankfully I never bought anything because I really just didn't like the TCG. But you know, I was a part of that, like in the community, not really in the community, but like in the server, seeing how things were going, and that really shocked me because with that one, it had raised $500,000 in the Kickstarter, so 200,000 more than this. And the community was just explosive, literally people talking day and night in that. It was just wild. And then the creator just walked away. And there's videos on YouTube that you can watch about this. But, you know, again, I think Fabled Sagas is good people. So, you know, I'm excited for this Kickstarter. So now for my next trick, I will jump out my 2-story window. Let's go.
And you don't seem to understand.